Do dogs experience the same emotions that people do? How about it, Cora? Huh? Do you feel love like we do? How about joy? Happiness? You feel happiness? What exactly are you feeling right now? Okay, she's not telling, but let's get into the video. There is a science to the mechanics of dogs. In this video, we're going to learn what the experts say about dogs' emotions and what emotions exactly that dogs feel. And stay till the end because there'll be more tips on what your Chihuahua actually feels and doesn't feel. Hi everyone, I'm Linda. I'm owner and editor of ChiChisandMe.com. I'm also mom to 4 beautiful and ornery, sometimes, Chihuahuas. I have over 25 years experience raising and training Chihuahuas, but I also have done years of research and study on the Chihuahua breed. And what I've learned, I want to share with you, so you and your Chihuahua can live the best life ever together. The history of mankind's knowledge of dogs' emotions is kind of interesting, so we'll start with that. In the dim, distant past, people thought that dogs had nearly the same mental capacity that we as humans do. They believed even that dogs could understand our language almost as much as we could. Then science entered the picture and things changed. Now, man was beginning to understand that humans are organisms that followed certain rules and processes. Then religion stepped in. They suggested that humans were much more than mechanical and chemical processes. They insisted that people have souls. Why is that? Because people, they said, have consciousness, feelings, and emotions, but that animals did not. According to them, animals didn't have the divine spark, or that animals did not have a soul. Therefore, they did not have the ability to experience feelings and emotions like humans do, according to them. Most science at that time, many years ago, most science was sponsored by religious organizations and universities. So scientists would not even acknowledge that animals may have a higher consciousness, mental, and emotional acuity, because that would go against church doctrine, and that in turn would cause problems because it was the churches and religious organizations that were sponsoring the scientific studies. Soon thereafter came along a French scientist and philosopher whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, and he asserted that animals were simply machines. To him and others at that time, your Chihuahua, my Chihuahua, dogs were simply a dog-shaped organism filled with biological rules and processes. Dogs were not capable of feeling. They claimed that dogs ate without pleasure, cried without pain, and acted without knowing it. They desired nothing, they feared nothing, and they knew nothing. I mean, really, did these scientists not ever own a dog? Had they not ever seen fear in their dog's eyes or love? It makes me wonder, how did these intelligent men become scientists in the first place? So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of today's scientific knowledge of dogs and their emotions and feelings. Thankfully, science has progressed a long way since then, and their scientific research is no longer funded by churches and religious organizations and universities. Here's a question for you. What emotion does your Chihuahua not feel? Joy, fear, disgust, or guilt? Which of those emotions does your Chihuahua not feel? Put your answer in the comments below, and at the end of this video, I will answer that question for you. And don't Google it. That's cheating. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. So now we've come to understand that dogs have the same brain structures that produce emotions in humans. Dogs have the same. They have the same hormones that humans have, including oxytocin, which involves the feeling of love and affection for others. They have the same neurology and chemistry that people do. So it seems reasonable, doesn't it, that they would have the same feelings and emotions that people do? But the question is, do they have the same range of emotions that humans do? According to research, human babies and infants have a limited range of feelings and emotions. And it's over time that emotions begin to develop the full range of emotions that adult humans, you and I, feel. Researchers even say that a dog's mind is roughly the equivalent to a 2 to 2.5-year-old human. That's true of their mental abilities as well as their feelings and emotions. So what this means is that we can expect our dogs to have the same emotions and mental abilities to learn as a 2-year-old toddler. Some examples are, at birth, a human may feel excitement, and then in time, that feeling of excitement begins to develop into positive and negative, from calm to a state of frenzy, from contentment to distress. And then in a couple of months, they will begin to experience disgust, fear, and anger. It's not until they're about 6 months of age before they begin to feel joy, as we do as adults. And then that is soon followed by shyness and suspicion. True love or affection, as we know it as adults, does not actually develop until a human is 9 or 10 months old. The more complex emotions are learned eventually, such as shame, pride, and they don't show up usually until about 3 years old. They may experience guilt at about 3.5 years old, but they don't feel contempt until about 4 years old. So what does this all mean, really? Well, one thing, for instance, you know all those guilty dog videos that you see on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook?
Did you do that? Who did it? Who made the mess in the bed? Josie, was it you?
The sad face your Chihuahua makes when he's been caught doing something that he shouldn't be doing, or when he's been caught doing something that he should not have done. It's natural to think that that sad face means that he feels guilty about what he had done. The truth, however, your dog is feeling a more basic emotion, and that is fear. Fear of punishment. He knows by your tone of voice and by your body language that you are unhappy with him about something. The problem is he does not know why you're mad, angry, disappointed in him. He has no idea what he's done, but he does know that you're not happy with him. But he's not capable of feeling guilt. So to conclude, what we know now, what scientists have figured out, is that your Chihuahua, my Chihuahua, they have the same mental abilities and the same feelings and emotions as a 2 to 2.5-year-old human toddler. They do experience basic emotions such as joy, fear, anger, disgust, and yes, undisputably, they feel love. Guilt, pride, shame, those are more complex emotions that humans develop later and that dogs do not own or possess. They're not capable of feeling those more complex emotions. So the answer to the question I asked earlier, what emotion does your dog not feel? And that is guilt. The good news is, go ahead, dress your Chihuahua up in those silly costumes, because he does not feel shame, nor does he feel pride, no matter how cute he looks in those little outfits. But rest assured, your Chihuahua and my Chihuahua indisputably feel love and affection for you, and they also feel contentment to just be by your side. It's like the Beatles song. So all you need is love.
All you need is love. All you need is love.
that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, to comment, and to share. Remember, all those things not only help me to bring you more of these videos, but it helps other people to find this channel. And everybody, I'm happy to announce that we are now up to over 1,900 subscribers. Let's make it 2,000, okay? And until we meet again, right back here on this channel, my now 4 Chihuahuas and I wish you many, many happy Chihuahua tail wags and sloppy Chihuahua kisses.